God has been moving in and through our church this year, and as we approach the end of this year, we're praying and dreaming about what He might do in the future. As you might know, that our mission is to help people take next steps to love God, love people, and change the world. But what does it mean to be the church today, practically speaking? You see, we're seeing a shift in how people engage with faith in the church. 3 in 10 Americans have no religious affiliation, and the younger you go, the greater that percentage gets. So what do we do about that? Well, the reality is some people won't come to a church on a Sunday morning. That's just not what they're apt to do. But they will meet a friend at a playground, or come to a concert, or work at a coffee shop with their friends. So those first steps build connection, familiarity, and bridges. And when we think about our buildings, we have these incredible resources that we think could be stewarded better to reach our neighbors and be a blessing to our community. We want them to be missional spaces. Spaces used for a missional purpose more than just weekend services, but throughout the entire week as well. What would it look like to be the church, not just Sunday morning, but all week long? So, we're shifting how we use our buildings with the goal to have them open to the community every day of the week. Now, while this isn't an overnight change, construction and renovation, that takes time, but I want to let you know that we've already begun to see what God could do through these spaces. Through playgrounds at North Shore, Huntley, and South Barrington, where families are already finding connection with other families. Concerts, conferences in the preschool, at school graduations and in-service days, and through community events and personal celebrations, our buildings are being used throughout the week, all making space for people to experience the hospitable presence of our church and its people. Part of this vision is to transform the atrium and the F hallway at Willow, South Barrington into a place where people can gather, play, and work. Think playground equipment and climbing structures, food service, and just great spaces to meet with somebody. This type of environment, open to our neighbors, would not only serve them, but could become the first step in them experiencing the love of Jesus. The number of stories that we're hearing of people getting connected because they first came to Willow for something other than just a Sunday morning service continues to grow. Stories like Brianna, who attended a school district event at Willow this fall. She got curious about this church that she was in, and so she decided she was going to join Rooted, and eventually she found community here at Willow. While we invite people in, we also want to reach out to show God's love in practical ways. The good news of Jesus ought to look and feel like good news to our neighbors. So what might that look like? Well, we serve our local community through our care center, our community resource days in Crystal Lake and Huntley, our Senior Connect at the Wheaton campus, and by partnering with local organizations. Every one of our campuses has local organizations where we send people out to serve in the community. So far this year, we've given away more than 1.5 million pounds of food through our care center. That's amazing! And we serve an incredibly diverse group of guests. One of our core values in our compassion and justice ministry is dignity. We believe in creating a radically inclusive community where people are treated with dignity and respect regardless of their ethnic, economic, legal, or religious status. We know that food is a huge part of culture, and honoring someone's culture shows that you value and see them. So watch this. We're aiming to increase the types of food that we provide, offering foods native to our guests' cultures in an accessible and affordable way. That's loving people with dignity. Great job, Care Center team. So, as we approach the end of this year, we're presented with a lot of things that we're told we need, but in the end, don't really last. But what would it look like to make an investment in something that will last? Willow, would you pray about how God would lead you to invest in making space for our community so that we can reach more people, not just on Sunday morning, but throughout the week as well. You can give to our year-end initiatives by visiting willowcreek.org/give now and selecting year-end giving in the drop-down. If you want to learn more about the ways God is moving at Willow and how you can play a part, visit willowcreek.org year-end. And guys, thank you so much for the ways you're making a difference in our community and our world through your generosity.